Welcome to Chapter in 10, your ultimate guide to mastering Class 7 chapters in just a few minutes. This is Chapter 9, Life Processes in Animals, from your Class 7 Curiosity textbook. Today we're diving deep into it through a fantastic Q&A challenge that will help you master this chapter. So, grab your thinking caps, get ready to guess the answers, and let's spark our brains. Let us switch on our minds and see what we can discover. Let's start with a big picture question. What are life processes? Life processes are all the essential activities that living beings perform to survive. They include nutrition, respiration, excretion, and reproduction. Very good. Now define digestion in simple terms. Digestion is the process where complex, large food components like carbohydrates and proteins are broken down into simpler, smaller forms that the body can use for energy and growth. What do we call the long tube inside the body where digestion happens? That long continuous tube is called the alimentary canal. It starts at the mouth and ends at the anus. Name the main organs of the human alimentary canal. The main parts are the mouth, esophagus, food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. What are the two main jobs of the mouth in digestion? The two main jobs are 1. Mechanical digestion, teeth chewing food. 2. Chemical digestion, saliva starting to break down starch. What is the role of the food pipe, esophagus? The food pipe is a passage that pushes the food down from the mouth to the stomach. It uses a wave-like motion of its walls to push the food along. The stomach secretes 3 important things. Name one of them and its job. One thing the stomach secretes is acid, hydrochloric acid. Its job is to kill many harmful bacteria that entered with the food. What fluid does the liver secrete, and what is its role in fat digestion? The liver secretes bile. Bile helps break down fats into tiny droplets, which makes fat digestion easier. Where does the main absorption of all digested food nutrients occur? The digested nutrients are mainly absorbed through the walls of the small intestine and then pass into the blood vessels there. What are villi and why are they important? Villi are thousands of tiny, finger-like projections inside the small intestine. Their job is to greatly increase the surface area for efficient absorption of nutrients. What is the main function of the large intestine? The large intestine's main job is to absorb water and some salts from the remaining undigested food. What is Egestion? Egestion is the final process where the semi-solid waste, called stool, is expelled, removed from the body through the anus. Let's talk about animals. Why are cows called ruminants? Ruminants are animals that partially chew their food, swallow it, and then bring it back up to the mouth to chew it thoroughly. This is called rumination. Bonus question: what important substance does the pancreas secrete that helps digestion? The pancreas secretes pancreatic juice, which breaks down all 3 major food components: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Why is the small intestine so important, despite its name? The small intestine is crucial because it is the longest part of the alimentary canal, about 6 meters, and is where all final digestion and absorption occur. Shifting focus. Define respiration and its purpose. Respiration is the chemical process where the body uses oxygen to break down food, glucose, and release energy. What is the difference between breathing and respiration? Breathing is the physical process of inhaling and exhaling air. Respiration is the chemical process inside cells that releases energy. What is the role of alveoli in the lungs? Alveoli are small, balloon-like sacs where the exchange of gases occurs. Oxygen enters the blood and carbon dioxide leaves the blood. Why is it better to breathe through your nose than your mouth? The tiny hair and mucus inside the nose trap dust and dirt from the inhaled air, protecting the lungs from impurities. What is the diaphragm and where is it located? The diaphragm is a large dome-shaped muscle located right below the lungs that drives the mechanism of breathing. Describe the movement of the diaphragm during inhalation, breathing in. During inhalation, the diaphragm moves downwards. This increases the space in the chest cavity, allowing air to rush into the lungs. Describe the movement of the ribs during exhalation, breathing out. During exhalation, the ribs move down and inwards. This reduces the space in the chest, pushing the air out of the lungs. How can we prove that exhaled air contains carbon dioxide? When exhaled air is blown through lime water, the lime water turns milky or cloudy. This proves the presence of carbon dioxide.
How do fish breathe underwater?
Fish have specialized organs called gills. Gills absorb the oxygen that is dissolved in the water. What is the primary waste product of respiration that we exhale? The primary waste product of respiration is carbon dioxide, CO2. Name 2 life processes other than nutrition and respiration essential for survival. 2 other essential life processes are excretion, removing waste, and reproduction, making new life. What is the journey of food through the alimentary canal? Food travels from the mouth, then through the oesophagus, into the stomach, followed by the small intestine, where absorption happens, next the large intestine, where water is absorbed, and is finally removed through the anus. Now for the iodine test experiment. Sahil used plain chapati, Nehar used chewed chapati, and Santushti used boiled potato. All added iodine solution. What would their observations be and why? This experiment uses iodine solution to test for the presence of starch and proves that saliva starts the digestion process. Observations. Tubes A and C, plain chapati potato, will turn deep blue-black because they have undigested starch. Tube B, chewed chapati, will show a lighter or no color change. Reason. Chewing mixes the chapati in tube B with saliva, which breaks down the starch into sugar. Conclusion. Less starch remains in tube B, causing a lighter reaction, which proves that digestion begins in the mouth. What is the role of the diaphragm in breathing? The role of the diaphragm in breathing is to help in inhalation and exhalation by changing the space in the chest. What part of the body does fresh air from outside enter? Nostrils are where fresh air from outside first enters the body. What cleans the air as it passes through the nose? Nasal passages use tiny hair and mucus to trap dust and dirt from the air. How does air reach the lungs from the throat? The windpipe, trachea, is the main tube that carries air down to our lungs. Where does the exchange of gases, oxygen and CO2, happen? Alveoli are the air sacs in the lungs where the exchange of gases occurs. What part of the body protects the lungs and heart? The rib cage is a bony structure that protects the lungs and heart from injury. Anil claims that respiration and breathing are the same process. What question is, can Sanvi ask him to make him understand that he is not correct? Sanvi can make Anil understand the difference by asking him to focus on where and why each process happens. Here are the questions Sanvi can ask in a simple way. Anil, is breathing the same as making energy? No, breathing is moving air, respiration is making energy. Where exactly does the action happen? Does breathing happen inside the stomach or inside every single cell? Respiration happens in cells, breathing happens in the lungs. Does your blood only need air, or does it also need sugar from food for the process to work? Respiration needs food and oxygen. Breathing only needs air. Which of the following statements is correct and why. Anu, we inhale air. Shanu, we inhale oxygen. Tanu, we inhale air rich in oxygen. The statement by Tanu is the most correct. Anu, we inhale air, correct but incomplete. We inhale a mixture of many gases. Shanu, we inhale oxygen, incorrect. We only inhale about 21% pure oxygen. Tanu, we inhale air rich in oxygen. Most correct. We inhale air, but our body's goal is to absorb the oxygen present in that air. We often sneeze when we inhale a lot of dust-laden air. What can be possible explanations for this? When you inhale dust-laden air, you often sneeze because it's a powerful reflex to clean your airways. Defense mechanism: dust particles irritate the sensitive lining of your nose, which acts as the body's first defense barrier. Expulsion: the brain triggers an automatic, forceful burst of air from the lungs. The result? This sneeze violently pushes the mucus and foreign particles out, protecting your lungs from harm. Paridi and Anusha completed a run. Anusha was breathing faster than Paridi. Provide at least two possible explanations for why. Anusha was breathing faster because her muscles demanded more oxygen and produced more waste carbon dioxide, CO2. More effort. Anusha likely ran faster or used more energy than Paridi, so her body had to breathe rapidly to supply the extra oxygen needed. Fitness level. A second reason is that Anusha is less physically fit than Paridi, so her body had to work harder and faster to manage the oxygen and CO2 levels. Well done, Class 7. That covers all the most important concepts for your exam. You are now experts in life processes in animals. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. This video is part of our comprehensive Class 7 Science Curiosity playlist, so make sure to check out the full series for more exciting lessons. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Chapter in 10 for more exciting lessons. See you next time.